Yeah. Oh, yeah. Usher on Magic 102.3, 92.7. You know, we are the real sound of the DMV. VJ on your Saturday. It's Vic Jagger. And, you know, every so often I get a surprise, but not really on the weekends. So I'm super excited about this. How about Miss Tamar Braxton came to see me, and I already know that you were so super busy this weekend. You have a big show.
I do.
Tonight at the Howard Theater.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that. And you brought some friends.
Always.
For us. Okay, so we're going to talk to them as well.
Okay.
And I say them too, because we're going to talk to you too.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
But you know what? I am so excited for you. One thing that I've always said about Tamar, now, when we really saw your personality come out with your sisters, with the show, and we were like, oh, Lord, Tamar's she over the top. She's this. But what I can say is that you keep it 100. You keep it real.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets you in trouble.
I mean, you know.
But no one can ever say that you lied or you held back. Right. And I think you are such an inspiration to a lot of women, whether you know it or not, because we've seen your ups and we've seen your downs.
Absolutely.
And we've seen your downs. Like,
yeah, girl.
I don't know if it was the bottom for you, but just watching you when you left the Real and that whole transition, I was like, geez, like I couldn't imagine and seeing, you know, your sister console you and everything, but you bounced back, baby. You bounced back. So, you know, your last album, you said, this is the record where my music truly reflects who I am, right?
You talking about Calling All Lovers, correct?
Yes. Now, fast forward to your upcoming album, right? You said, I want to get this quote right. This will be the first time you see an X-ray vision of Tamar and everything that I've been through. So can you give us a sneak peek of, I guess, the ups and downs of the journey that you had between the two albums?
Well, Calling All Lovers was really just about me in a relationship. You know what I mean? And I was being transparent in the things that I've been through in relationships. This album is about me and the journey that I have been on with myself and the relationship with myself, not with somebody else. And, you know, sometimes you have to find yourself in order to have successful relationships, friendships, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, you know, sisters,
Definitely.
mother and father, you know what I mean? And, you know, you just have to get to that point in your life where you're forced to find yourself.
And so what was the biggest lesson so far throughout this whole experience?
Which experience, girl?
Look, she's like, which one?
It's a plethora.
So in between, like making the albums and you finding yourself and, you know, because you do realize a lot of things. I know, you know, when I go through certain things, sometimes you have to cut people off, whether it's family, close friends, just because that energy and you have to find out what works for you. And sometimes people that have been around you for so long, they don't work for you anymore. Right. And you grow through it. So what can you say is one of the biggest lessons that you've learned through that journey?
I'm just going to kind of piggyback on what you just said, and then I'm going to answer your question because I feel like it's important to say. I do agree that sometimes you have to cut people off, but sometimes God will cut people off and cut people out of your life in order to focus on yourself so you can grow to the next level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be stagnant all of your life. You know? I mean, we're not here to be, you know, the same person over and over again. But I think for me was feeling like I needed other people around me all the time to be entertained, or I didn't want to be alone. And so I had to, you know, be comfortable in my own skin. And that's what changed everything for me. It's, you know, that situation with the Real and then losing all of my friends at the same time and, you know, finding out that you don't have friends or thinking you friends with somebody and you're not friends with them. And, you know, and I was isolated. You know what I mean? I was forced to be isolated.
And you know, and you're a wife and a mom. And so was that kind of like your backbone when you were going through those things? Because I'm always like, you know, at the end of the day, I have my son, I have family, I have someone that's going to be there no matter what, and that's my happy place.
Yeah, to a certain extent, but it's always that one thing that happens in your life where you feel like everything becomes unrecognizable. And although I have an amazing husband, I have an amazing baby, I was really, honest to God, isolated. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they just didn't feel me anymore because I had to be fulfilled with myself.
Right? No.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally get it.
You know what I mean? And yes, they are my backbone, and they have been there for me. And even when they shouldn't have been there for me, they had been there for me. But at the end of the day, I had to go through that process to get to where I am today. And I'm telling you right now, although it was so hard for me and I didn't understand it at the time, I would not go back and trade it.
And you know what? And I could tell with that big, beautiful smile, like, when is Tamar the happiest now?
Right now.
Yeah.
First of all, I love to entertain. I love to be around people. I love to sing. I love to write. I love to, create shows and, be in my element of like producing whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm in a good space.
I love to hear that. Like, I love to hear that bounce back. And we are going to continue the conversation, okay? And we're going to talk about the album. We're going to talk about everything that you have going on with your own label and all this black girl magic, okay? So I want you to hang out with me.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. It's Magic 102.3, 92.7.